Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. There are two standpoints which are required to be known and recognized when we go through any experience. One standpoint is the one where matter is important. The other standpoint is where the consciousness is important. Like for example, when we are doing or living the life of dharma, in the dharma what is required is you should be good to others, you should help everybody, you should not disturb somebody, like that. So attention is on the matter. Then from there we come to the yoga. In yoga also, the attention is only on matter. Because ultimately, yoga ha chitta vritti nirodha. So all the time talking, working on prakriti. Then we graduate slowly. We enter the kingdom of devotion. In devotion, matter doesn't matter. It is the conscious principle called as God. That is what matters in one's life. And when we start giving importance to the conscious principle, then the next step comes. Am I other than the consciousness, or I am also the consciousness? And if I have to seek that God, seek His blessings, where do I see Him? Then that God we start seeking in our own heart. So when we start seeking God in our own heart, we have then we have stepped on the path of knowledge. And this is what we are trying to do in this Aparokshanubuti. We were told earlier that the world is Brahman. Brahmanaha sarva bhutani jayante paramatmanaha tasmad etani brahmaiva bhavanti tyodharayet. Everything is born out of the Brahman. Naturally, everything is Paramatma alone. So in this statement, importance is given to the conscious principle, not the many bhutani, many things. In the statement you get this point clearly. Now that is emphasized in and through from 49 up to 55 verses. Few examples are given. Suvarnat jayamanasya suvarnatvam cha shashvatam. Any ornament which is created out of the gold, in that goldness is the real, and other things are only superfluous. Therefore, ornaments are nothing but gold, like the world is nothing but Brahman. After this was done, now the second theme the teacher has taken, the world is an illusion. Just few moments before, my dear sir, you said the world is Brahman. Now, without taking an achaman, you say that the world is an illusion. So here, the emphasis is on not the conscious principle. Emphasis is on the matter or the prakriti which is subject to change. This is brought to our notice. Then these two things will put together and get the correct understanding. Anubhutopyayam loko vyavaharakshamopi san sadrupo yatha swapne uttarakshana. Now this is one of the most difficult things for us to appreciate and accept. Because something is experienced by us, and because that particular type is useful, this is not the criteria of being something real. See? Today I am carrying a lot of chocolates in my mouth. So I will be talking sweet today. So, we tell our children, look here, if you don't sleep, the ghost will come. It is not there, it is useful. Does it mean it is real? No. See, like once a small girl in Badrinath, she was troubling a lot, her mother, and we are sleeping on the same bed. Corner myself, next to me, that girl, next to her, her father, next to her, his wife, 4 of us sitting on a big bed in some dharamshala. She started telling her mom and dad, Mom, tell me some story, Dad, tell me some story. See, you are a dumb fellow. Swami is next to you, he is the best storyteller. This is how we are used. So, I say, if you don't sleep, you see that side, there is darkness. In that darkness, there is a ghost. It will come and trouble you. Okay, then I don't need the story, I will talk to him. Now tell me, when you accept the ghost and ready to face, the ghost disappears. See, friends. So when we are looking at the world with this understanding, because something is real, it should be experienced through the sense organs? No. Because something is experienced through the sense organs, is it real? No. That is why the questions come. Have you seen God? Means what? If something can be seen by eyes, then only it exists. Did you feel God? Yes, I feel. Like, little bit temperature kind of thing. Like the hot hair oil. See? When you massage it in your scalp, your kundalini becomes awakened. So, these two things. Because something is experienced and useful doesn't mean it is real. Example was given, the Jagra, Swapna, Sushupti. They are mutually exclusive. When one is there, the other is absent. Now, how the three are a mithya, illusion? Because they are the play of the three gunas. Sattva guna pradhan is waking state, Rajo guna pradhan is the dream state, and the Tamo guna pradhan is the deep sleep state. See? Now those who are Rajo guna pradhan in the waking world, they cannot keep their mouth shut. They can't keep quiet. They cannot relax because of Rajoguna. They are all the time daydreaming. So all the three of them, being the expressions of the three gunas, are not real. Then Asya drashta gunatito nityo hi kadachidatmakaha. But the one who is illuminating all the three planes of experiences, he is not the jada, the prakriti, the changing, the matter, but he is the pure conscious self. Up to here, we have seen in yesterday's class. Now, the 59th verse, Yadvad mruti ghata bhrantim shuktau va rajata sthitim tadvad brahmani jivatvam bhrantya pashyati na svataha. Like out of delusion, we see the pot in place of the clay, or we see the silver in place of the shell in the same manner. Although we are the divine self, we recognize ourselves as a miserable jiva. Now see how it is. Get this point. Our present experience is we are inside the body. Now let us evaluate. Is this the way? Body, then inside prana, inside that is mind, inside that is the intellect, inside that is the Anandamaya Kosha, inside that is the Atma. This is what our understanding is. Now let us evaluate. Is it right? Body has a particular shape, size. And body can be sustained only because of the prana. Prana is more than the body. Support is always bigger than the supported. Powerful than the supported. If the prana disappears, body cannot. Therefore, the prana is not in the body is in the prana. Upside down understanding. See? Then the mind. Prana has got pervasiveness up to a particular limit. Mind is far beyond the limitations of the prana. Prana is jad, mind is knowledge. Prana can function only up to a particular limit. And the functioning of the prana is controlled, governed, influenced by the quality of the mind. The mind is disturbed, the pranas are disturbed. When the pranas are disturbed, physiology is disturbed. When physiology is disturbed, nice healthy person suddenly gets diabetes, blood pressure. Because the mind is disturbed. So the mind is the container which is containing the prana and the gross body, Annamaya Kosha. We go further. Vijnanamaya Kosha, the place for I. Whose body, whose prana, whose mind? Of course, mind. So this I, the owner, is the container and the three are the contents. Now see what is the size that we have attained. As a body we are this much. As a prana we are expanded. As a mind we have become still big. As an individual I, the whole world is included in us. See? But this I, Vijnanamaya Kosha, is also included in the Anandamaya Kosha. Vijnanamaya, I versus you, are many. But Anandamaya Kosha, the deep sleep, is only one. There are different Annamaya Kosha. There is different Pranamaya Kosha, Manomaya, Vijnanamaya, agree. But Anandamaya Kosha is one. They are not many. So Anandamaya Kosha includes everything. See now what is our understanding? Whether we are in the body or the body is in me. See, this is what the teacher brings out here. Tadvat Brahmani Jivatvam. Like clay is like the Brahman. And the pot is like the Jiva. So what is the difference between the clay and the pot? We give importance to the name and the form because of the utilitarian approach in life, and therefore we are lifting the clay, but we call it as a pot. So when the pot breaks, clay doesn't break. When the wave breaks, the water doesn't break. So what is happening? The clay is called as pot. Exactly the same way. We are essentially divine Brahman. But this Brahman is called as Jiva. Reason? Importance is given to name and the form. And the moment we understand this point, then on account of the name and the form, we will never make any prestigiation. Somebody may call us by names, or somebody may laugh at our form. See? It won't make any difference. One example from the scriptures. Ashtavakraji entered the assembly of the wise people, wherein the king Janaka was seated, and he was a young boy of 12 years of age. The sage Ashtavakra. Ashtavakra means he who is, crooked in 8 places. So when he must be walking, it must be looking like a helical model, helix, like that. So all the wise people there, they started laughing at him. He also laughed equally loudly. So the king said, I know why these people are laughing. Because I also laugh. Because you look so funny and walking such a funny way, anybody will laugh. But we are not able to understand why you are laughing. He said, I was laughing because I thought I have come in the assembly of the wise people. But here it is an assembly of the cobblers. How do you call cobblers? What you are looking at is only the skin. Then he gives the wisdom. If a hall is square, the space doesn't become square. If the hall is round, the space doesn't become round. If it is a temple, the space doesn't become holy. If it is a toilet, the space doesn't become unholy. The space alone supports everything, and yet beyond everything. If you are focusing on that, then you are wise. Otherwise, you are fools. That very moment, Janaka comes down from the throne and holds the feet of the young boy, teenager, not even. See, friends. So what is that which we are giving importance to? Our routine mechanical experience, or our experience which is analyzed, evaluated and re-established through the eye of wisdom And once this principle becomes clear in our life, then we will not get carried away by small little things. See? We are here for a vacation. When we go for a vacation, it is because we had excess time, excess money, so we want to spend it somewhere, both time and money. For a time pass, we go to a place, Dubai. Now, what is there in the Dubai? We are going to Dubai. Are you coming, Swamiji? I said, no. And what will you do there? Nothing. Aha, aha, beautiful, aha. Spend money and come back. Then after coming, all the, friend circle and relations, they will come, what did you bring for me? Nothing. Next time you go, don't tell us, okay? See? So, we go there for a vacation, for time pass. Exactly the same way. We are in this world on a vacation for a time pass. And after our visa expires, we are eager to go back. When our visa in this vacation place is over, we must be eager to go back. No, I don't want to go to India, I want to be in Dubai. No. Prepare yourself. Then only this Jiva Bhava, that I am incomplete, after death where will I go? I don't want to go to hell. No, you cannot go to hell. Why? Because you are in the area of local call. One person, this was the story you all must have heard during the time of Lalu Prasad, when a person from the hell dialed Bombay, he has to pay the STD charges. Other person dialed from hell to Bihar, he has to pay local charges. Therefore, come to recognize, we have nowhere to go, nothing to do. Na tasya prana utkramanti. He doesn't leave the body, because the body is in him. When the pot breaks, will the pot space leave the pot? See, the position of the pot space, the position of the water in the pot is totally different. Pot space is not created. It is not added. Because the pot is existing in the space. See, friends, Tadvat Brahmani Jivatvam. In this way, out of delusion, Bhrantya Pashyati na svataha. Na svataha, essentially it is not. Even if we don't want to be, still we are the pure Brahman. This is too much, Swamiji. Even if you don't want, excuse me, you are Brahman. No, हम कहाँ Brahman हो सकते? यथा मृदी घटो नाम कनके कुंडलाभिधा शुक्तौ हुई रजत ख्याति जीव शब्दस्तथा परे. Yatha mrudi ghato nama. Like we call the clay as pot. What we have done? We have called names to the clay. Similarly, Kanake Kundala Vidha. And we call names to the gold as the various ornaments. Now be attentive. To somebody we call names. Somebody's name is Tanvi. But she is round. You know the meaning of the word Tanvi means the one who is thin. Tanu, Tanvi. But she is a round figure. So when she comes, we say, "Hi, Laddu, how are you?" The moment you call Laddu to her, what we have done? Tanvi was called as Laddu. It is calling names. And whenever we call somebody names, we get back something very strong, is it not? If this is clear, to the Paramatma, we call names Jagat, Jiva, Ishvara. When Paramatma is called various names, we are punished for that. See, friends. And therefore it is necessary. We stop calling names to anybody. Then what is to be done? Call the spade as a spade and diamond as a diamond. Isha vasamidam sarvam yat kincha jagatyam jagat. Let the world be looked upon as God. Let us look upon ourselves as God. Because what we see in the world is what we have recognized ourselves. If I consider myself to be the body, I will look upon the world only as body. If I consider myself to be an emotional personality, then I will look upon the world only from the emotional eye. And if I consider myself to be intelligent, then I look upon the world as made up of two components, dumb like the world and intelligent like me. And when I recognize myself as the conscious reality, from that absolute standpoint, there is nothing but the absolute reality. It is something like, from the water standpoint, there is no ocean as the cause and there is no waves as the effect. They have no existence. Imagine we go and talk to the water. Water bhaiya, water bhaiya. Water is from UP. As an ocean, you are terrible. As wave, we enjoy. So what will be the reply given by water bhaiya? Excuse me, gentlemen. What is the meaning of ocean? And what is the meaning of wave? See? There cannot be. And that is why it is said here that Yata Mrudi Ghato Nama Kanake Kundali Vida. So we only have called different names to the same reality. This point comes in Chandogya Upanishad, where Uddalaka, the father, is the guru, and Shvetaketu, the son, is the disciple. Shvetaketu means the one who is with a white flag, highly educated I have studied Vedanta for 2 years. I have heard so many Mahatmas, and I have come to this conclusion and the experience of asangoham, asangoham, asangoham punah punah. Nobody could change me. As I was earlier, I continue to be like this. So you must be the descendant of Mullah Nasruddin. See, friends. Therefore, in that Upanishad, the teacher's father asked, when the student has gone, the son has come from the Gurukul after 12 years. In the morning also this topic came. This is 2012. So we have completed 12 years of studies. And after 12 years of studies, the father asked, because when the son came, arrogant, Shweta Ketu, with a white flag, Konyasti Sadrushomaya. I have studied this, I have studied that. So the father said, did you study that? Do you know that? Having known which, everything becomes known? He said, no, probably my Guru didn't know that. Can you tell me? And then the father Guru tells. See? Vacharambano vikaram namadheyam mritika eva satyam. One example out of a dozen examples. When we call the various names to the pot, the saucer, the kettle, etc., they are essentially the clay. The clay is the reality, and pot, saucer, vacharammanam vikaro namadheyam. They are merely words. Like ocean is a word, wave is a word. The truth is water, the truth is clay. Therefore, whatever we have recognized ourselves, that alone we look upon the world. Shuktau hi rajata khyati. So, the shell is recognized and called as the silver. Similarly, jiva shabdas tatha pare. Similarly, the Paramatma is called as the jiva or the soul. Yathaiva vyomni nilatvam yatha niram marusthale purushatvam yatha sthanau tadvad vishvam chidatmani. Yatha eva vyomni nilatvam, like the space appears blue. Niram marusthale, like the mirage appears. Like the mirage appears in the desert. Purushatvam yatha sthanau, like in a ill-lit area, a post appears like a ghost. In the same manner, tadvad vishvam chidatmani. So in the last 2-3 verses, point that was brought out, that the jiva is a superimposed illusion on the absolute reality out of delusion. Now the second point. Similarly, the world that we are experiencing is also nothing but the Paramatma, but out of delusion. We call the Paramatma as the world and start interacting in a sense of otherness. Yathaiva shunne vaitalaha gandharvanam puram yatha yatha kashe dvichandratva tadvat satye jagasthiti. Yatha eva shunne vaitalaha. Like, somebody starts imagining some ghost has come and gone, is nowhere. Similarly, Gandharvanam Puram Yatha. When you go in the flight, everybody is there. Monsoon time, you see beautiful clouds, different shape and sizes, but they are not. Similarly, because of the defect in our eyes, we can see 2 moons in the sky. In the same manner, this world appears in the absolute reality because of wrong perceptions. Yatha taranga kallolaihi jalameva spuratyalam patra rupena tamrahi brahmandaughastathatmata. Jalam eva spurati. It is necessarily the water alone. Taranga kallolaihi. But we call it as the ripples and the waves. Similarly, patra rupena tamram hi. It is only the metal, the copper, but we call it as a pot or a plate. Similarly, brahmandovis tathatmata. In the same manner, this absolute Brahman reality alone is the self on which the whole world is appearing. Ghatanamna yatha prithvi patanamna hi tantavaha jagannapna chidabhati deyam tattadabhavataha. The earth is called as the pot, the fibers are called as the cloth. In the same manner, the consciousness is called as the world. And when we come to realize the clay or the earth, the fiber, the cloth disappears. In the same manner, when we come to discover our essential nature, this world disappears instantaneously. Hereafter, another important theme is taken by the teacher. It is not that I alone is the Brahman. See, if this knowledge happens, that I am pure consciousness. If I is pure consciousness, we have reached a position of the absolute vision. It is something like this. The east direction has come to realize that I am essentially space. Will the east ever think I am space, but the north, east, west, south, they are still the directions? It cannot. Therefore, sarvopi vyavaharastu brahmana kriyate janaihi ajnananna vijananti mrudeva hi ghatakadikam. Janaihi sarvo api vyavaharaha brahmana kriyate. All the business of life is conducted by this absolute reality. How it is? See, you all chant this verse, I am sure, before taking food. Brahmarpanam, Brahma havihi, Brahmagnau, Brahmanahutam, Brahmaivatena gantavyam, Brahma karma samadhina. What is the meaning of this verse? This is what is said. Brahmarpanam. Arpanam is the spoon. In the fire of knowledge, the instrument which is used for offering the oblation of ghee is Brahman. So Brahmarpanam, Brahma havihi. Whatever oblations are put, that is also Paramatma Brahma. Brahmagnau, the fire in which it is offered, is also Brahma. Brahmana, by whom the fire, the oblations offered in the fire? By the same reality. Hutam, even the act of offering is also the same Brahman. What is gained by this? Brahmaiva tena gantavyam. Destination is Brahman alone. This is what is called as Brahma Karma Samadhi. Actions are not conducted by I, the Jiva. When actions are conducted by I, the Jiva, I am the doer. Vijnanamaya Kosh. Then Bhog, Karma Phala, hell, heaven, this life, next life, birth, death, no end to it. Here, Saravopi Vyavaharastu Brahmana Kriyate Janaihi. All the people are conducting their whole life only through, in, on, with, for Brahman alone. Ajnana na jananti. Ajnanat because of their incomplete understanding. This is another important point I told you number of times. Ajnana does not mean absence of knowledge. Ajnana means incomplete knowledge. Now see the difference between the complete knowledge and incomplete knowledge. At this moment, what is our knowledge? Only this body I am. Therefore, when only this body I am, my left leg is below and the right leg is above. Will the left leg, hey, hurt yahan se? No. Because they may be appearing too, but they are one. When my finger goes in my own eye, no complaint. When my tongue is bitten by my own teeth, no complaint. When my hand goes and does the scratching at the wrong place, see, no appreciation. Thank you, hand Maharaj. No. So there is neither curse nor blessing, because there is but one. So this is knowledge, complete knowledge, that I exist from top to the toe. But only this body I am. Other body I am not. See? So if somebody comes and sits next to you, hey, hato yahan se, don't touch me. Dirty people. So, body I am is not a problem. Only this body I am, other bodies I am not, from here the samsara begins. See? In many places we go in the camps, etc. Badri, Kedar here and there, one gets tired. During the journey, there will be lot of fighting. See? Everybody wants to sit near the window. Now, where from to bring more windows than what are available? So, what I had discovered one technique. Whenever we go by bus in a group, I sit always in the last bench on the corner. So then all others who get into it, now they cannot complain, I didn't get good seat. Because the worst seat I already selected. See? These are our techniques. Swami, he has taken my seat. Actually, before anybody came, I put my purse there. But no, purse is also not there. I. And then fighting and shouting and everything. And then you go back, and after you go, you are tired, eat somehow and sleep. When we sleep, when I am not identified with one body, other bodies don't exist. So this is the experience of the wise people. What is our experience in the deep sleep is the experience of the wise people in the waking. Ya nisha sarva bhutanam tasyam jagrati sanyami yasyam jagrati bhutani sa nisha pashyato munehe. See, the one principle which is not recognized by the ignorant people, and it is an illusion for them. That one principle is the one to which the wise man is awakened. See, friends, that is our essential nature. Therefore, sarvopi vyavaharastu brahmana kriyate janaihi ajnana na vijananti. So if something is because of the incomplete knowledge, what will be the solution? Correct your understanding. That's all. See, friends, two persons, boy and a girl, husband and a wife, mother and a son, they can never stay together out of love. They stay together because of understanding. See? Don't get carried away by the illusion of love. Oh, we love each other. It's okay, the dialogue you must say before her. But have this clear understanding. Two persons can stay together only because of understanding, not because of love. Love is very volatile. It disappears. अभी अभी यहाँ था, कहाँ गया जी? So, ajnana vijananti mrudev hi ghatakadikam. So, like ghata, pot, etc. are essentially the clay in the same manner. Everything is happening in Paramatma. Again, Bhagavad Gita, 5th chapter. This is the path of knowledge. Analyzing our own experiences to arrive at the Aparokshanubuti. In the 5th chapter, Bhagavan says, Naiva kinchit karomiti yukto manneta tattvavid. I am doing something when this notion disappears. See? Then how everything is happening? Indriyani indriyartheshu vartanta iti dharaya. Things are happening in Prakriti. We are no more the doer or enjoyer. Whichever way you take. The idea is to get out of the incomplete knowledge. Incomplete knowledge is dangerous. Complete knowledge and complete ignorance are the source of bliss. See, if you want to enjoy Prem Puri on Chowpati, you must have complete ignorance. Then you can enjoy. Or you must have complete knowledge. You will never take it and then enjoy by not eating. So the wise people enjoy without indulgence in this world. The ignorant people enjoy by indulgence in the world. But the Arjuna brand like you and me, neither can they enjoy this world nor they are established in the absolute. Then what do they do? Prem Puri. See, friends. Now, another bombardment is done. Karya karanata nityam आस्ते घटम मृदोर यथा तथैव श्रुति युक्तिभ्याम प्रपंच ब्रह्मणोरिह. कार्य कारणता. The clay is the cause and pot is the effect. It is eternal, nityam. Because clay is the material cause and pot is the expression of that material cause called as the clay. So what? So, be attentive. So, cause and effect are superimposed on the clay. And this is eternal. It has always been like this. So, karya karanata nityam aste ghatam mudor yatha tathaiva shruti yuktibhyam. So, on the strength of the scriptural wisdom, Upanishad, Shruti and Yuktibhyam, by proper logic and understanding, one comes to discover Prapancha Brahmanaha Karya Karanata Nityamaste. This world is appearing in this Paramatma eternally. Means what? It was always the clay as the cause and pot as the effect. In the same manner, Paramatma has been the cause and the world as it is now has been the effect. Therefore, there is no change, nothing new in this world. See, friends, the other day somebody sent me one nice card. I saw somewhere and left it. 2012 welcome card. It was a kind of a small booklet. Whoever has done that must be genius. Let us make a resolve. And one picture. Osama bin Laden. And he resolves, I wish I could join the construction company of my father. Then Hitler, I wish I could exhibit my paintings in a great art gallery. Imaginations. So, here also we go on imagining why the God has created the world. God has not created the world. Did God tell you? No. And who told you? And where is the world other than you? Those who give undue importance to the world, they are going away from Paramatma. And those who are very close to Paramatma, they have deleted the world. How do we delete the world? Never reacting seriously to anything in this world. It has been nitya, always like this. There is nothing new in this world. If you read little bit of history, you can start from Ravana. From that Ravana to this Ravana. It is the same story, nothing new. That time Ravana was not allowing any rituals to be conducted. He will come and destroy. Now also the same thing. Some people are doing prayers, go and do suicide bombing and kill the people. And then he can't even smile. He is also dead. See, friends, this world has always been like this. Let us not waste our time on this. Gruhamane ghate yadvat mrittika bhati vai balat ikshamane prapanchepi brahmaiva bhati bhasuram. When we hold a pot, whether we want or we don't want, we are holding the clay. In the same manner, when we are looking at the world, we are looking at Paramatma. See? Now, why we are not able to see the clay when we hold the pot? Because overemphasis to the name and the form. Whenever overemphasis is given to the names and the forms, to the utility, to the history, to the loss and gain, to achievement and failure, then the Paramatma is hidden. And you know how the Paramatma is hidden? You know, the stories which come in our Puranas, they are very intelligent stories. We imagine they are cock and bull stories. No. If we can read the moral of the story. One god has blessed a demon. If you put your hand on anybody's head, he will be reduced to ashes. So the demon said, let me try with you. So the poor god started running. Then other gods say, hey, क्या हो गया? यार मैंने उसको दे दिया, वो मेरे पीछे लगा है. Now where do I run? So the other god said, don't run away from him. Then go in his heart. So the god enters in his heart of the demon. So the demon sees the god everywhere, never in his heart. Exactly the same way. We are searching God everywhere. And what is our search? We are searching God means we are searching happiness in this world. God is happiness. Whatever we do or we don't do is only for happiness, is it not? One person eats up to the nose for happiness. Other person observes the fast for happiness. One person sleeps on the bed like a pig for happiness. The other person keeps walking miles together to reach nowhere for happiness. Think. We are all searching happiness. And where is that? It is in our own heart. When we want nothing, when we are nobody, we are happy. And yet, we do not learn from the experiences of our own life. See, friends, Grahamane ghate yadvat mrittika bhati vaibala vikshmane prapanchepi brahmaiva bhati bhasuram. You know, to frighten you, if I use the technical language, then you will feel, oh, Swami also knows. But Swami Akhandanji used to tell, there are two types of teachers. One type of teachers are those who make the thing simple so that the listener feels it is possible for him. He said there is other type of teachers. They tell in such a manner that they feel, अरे बाबा ये अपने बस की बात नहीं है. So the second style I will tell you. See, it is said, the object which is seen and the seer who is peeping out of his senses, both of them are consciousness. Like the anode and the cathode. When they come together, the circuit is complete and the light comes. In the same manner, sense organs, consciousness anode, object, consciousness cathode. When they come together, knowledge takes place. See? Therefore, Drushya avachinna chaitanya and Drashta avachinna chaitanya, when they come together, the knowledge takes place. अच्छा ये अवच्छिन्न क्या होता है? Don't worry about it. Fine, I also don't know. See, friends. Therefore, Vikshamane Prapanchepi. When we say I am seeing the world, we are essentially experiencing the Paramatma alone. Sadaivatma Vishuddhopi Yashuddho Bhati Vai Sada Yathaiva Dvividharajyu Jnanino Nisham. Sat eva Atma Sada Vishuddha. The absolute self, Paramatma, that we are, is always immaculate, pure. There cannot be impurity in the absolute. There cannot. Then, Ashuddho Bhati Vaisadan, yet this pure Paramatma appears to be impure. What is the impurity in the Paramatma? Number one, Paramatma is hidden under the wheel of the world. So we see the world, although we are seeing Paramatma. Although we are the same reality, we consider ourselves with the body or the jiva, second impurity. The third impurity, although Paramatma is none other than us, we imagine Paramatma is Ishvara, God far away, Aparoksha from us. So this one reality appears to be impure, like what? Dvividharajyu. The rope is seen by two people in two different ways. The ignorant person looks at the rope as a snake, and the wise looks at the rope as a rope. So what is the conclusion? Conclusion is, when the rope is recognized as the rope, there is no samsara. In the same manner, when Paramatma is recognized as Paramatma, there is no samsara. But when the rope is recognized as snake, samsara begins. In the same manner, when the Paramatma is recognized as the world, samsara begins. Because whatever is recognized by us as other than the self, three things minimum happen, 3, 4. One, when there is a sense of otherness, we accept ourselves to be parichinna, limited. Second thing, to remove this incompleteness, we start projecting on what is other than the self as the world, that is the source of happiness. That projection is called as desire. And when the desire is not fulfilled for any reason, the same desire becomes anger. And when the desire is fulfilled, the same desire becomes greed. And thus, kama krodhas tatha lobha trividham narakas sedam dvaram nashanam atmanaha. And then we get into the queue to enter the hell, called as the samsara. See, friends. So, as we start suspecting something bad in an unknown person, let us start suspecting divinity in everybody. Suspicion is the same. Don't we go to some unknown temple? We don't know anything. Somebody say, go there, we go there. And just a stone is kept over there. Everybody does namaskar. What has happened? Because everybody is imagining it is the source of God, we also suspect, hoga to hoga, free mein mil jata hai. See, the same technique we apply. Let us start suspecting God. Vidya vinay sampanne brahmane gavihastini shunichaiva shvapakecha panditaha samadarshinaha. Now when you start suspecting God, that doesn't mean from in front the tiger is coming, hungry, God is coming. And then both of you stand together. And both of you do the prayer. Your prayer is, oh God, please save me. Tiger's prayer is Brahmarpanam Brahma Brahma. Both are doing prayers. See, friends, So Rajju Jnana Ajnaninaha Yatha Anisham. So what we see is dependent on what our training is. Yathaiva mrunmayaha kumbhaha tadvad dehopi chinmayaha atmanatma vibhagoyam mudhaiva kriyate budhaihi. Now all that we have learned so far is now erased. This is the problem with Vedanta. Please understand basic principle. Vedanta erases our wrong notions without replacing them by other notions. It is not that one notion is removed and other notion is installed. No. In other places it happens. In yoga, I was a bhogi earlier. Now I is a yogi. See? Earlier, I was going to only the disco dance. Since I joined ISKCON, I go now only to the Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. So the I is still maintained. Only the labels are changing. What Vedanta teaches us is give up the wrong notion without creating new notions. Notional existence is samsara. Non-notional existence is living in the truth. Therefore, here the teacher says, Yatha eva mrunmayaha kumbhaha. Just as the pot is nothing but the clay alone, in the same manner, dehopi chinmaya. The body is also pure consciousness. There is nothing like matter. See, friends, this is only a method of communication. You know, we come across in the lives of many Siddha Mahatmas, great masters, like we are in Maharashtra, so let us take the Maharashtrian example. Otherwise, Maharashtrians will get maha angry. Santa Ganeshwar Maharaj, he could make the buffalo recite the Vedic mantras. Now, how this is possible? See? Was there remote control? Because he was no more living as a matter, but he was living as pure consciousness, although for others it appears as if he is like you and me. See, friends, and therefore he had no doubt about it. And therefore he said, yes, my name is Jnana and his name is Jnana. So naturally we are not different. And then when he chanted the mantra, the same mantra were chanted. It is not a story, friends, it is a truth. For us, what we cannot explain, what we cannot understand, we condemn it as useless. It is not. Therefore, here, yatha mrunmayaha kumbhaha tadvad dehopi chinmaya atma anatma vibhagoya mudha eva kriyate abudaihi. The fools unnecessarily create. Oh, there is Atma and Anatma, there is nothing like that. There is but one reality. See? We may be talking the fire and its burning power as if we are talking about two things. But are they two? See? Yes, they are two. Because we are referring. If they are not two, why we are using two words? Therefore they are two. Agree. Can the burning power exist independent of the fire? No. So it has no existence. Yes. So it doesn't exist. We are confused. That is Vedanta. San api asan api ubhayatmikano. Bhinna api abhinna api ubhayatmikano. It is other yet one. This absolute conscious reality is the truth. Objective understanding has to be erased. And therefore, Atma Anatma Vibhag is spoken of. It is not said to prove that the Anatma can exist independent of the Atma. See, therefore, whatever is recognized by us as other than the self is an illusion. And when it is an illusion, what will be the discrimination between the snake and the garland in place of the rope? No discrimination. Because it doesn't exist. In this manner, the principle which is brought out in the 69th verse is this, that Atma, Anatma, discrimination is what? Be attentive. In case of the Dharma Shastra, Viveka discrimination is Papa Punya Viveka, Dharma Adharma Viveka, Karma Akarma Viveka. In case of the Sankhya, the Viveka is Jada Chetan Viveka. In case of the Bhakti, devotion, it is the Bhakta Abhakta Viveka. And in case of the Vedanta Shastra, it is Sat Asat Vivek. Sat that is, Asat that is not. How can you discriminate between that which is and that which is not? So what is the meaning of the Viveka discrimination according to Vedanta? That the truth alone is and there is nothing like untruth. This is the principle that is brought out. Therefore, unless we are able to recognize that all that is appearing as other than the self, it is merely an appearance. It cannot be even called as anatma. Can we call the snake on the rope as other than the rope? The snake on the rope is the rope. In the same manner, the jiva, the world, the God, all of them are nothing but the same reality. Because of the upadhis, conditionings, the same reality is referred to as many. So the manyness in the absolute is an illusion. This is the meaning for what this Atma Anatma division is made. It is not made to prove that there is something called as Anatma which can exist in addition to the Atma. That is not the meaning. See, friends, this is technically called as Sat Asat Vivek. Sat that is, Asat that is not. There are two children. Chunnu Munnu Vivek. There is only one child, Chunnu, and the other child is not. Discriminate between one child and the other which is not. How can you? Therefore, here the Atma Anatma Vibhagoyam Mudaiva Kriyate Abudaihi. Those who are ignorant, they get lost into this wrong line of thinking. Let them continue. We will continue next time. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnaat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.